my best friend, Kristen, she's an LA native, and she got a little upset with me because she said, Nicole, every time you complain about dating, you make it sound like it's because you live in Los Angeles. And that's not fair to LA. Dating is hard everywhere. No, it's not. No, it's not. You know where dating isn't hard? Kansas. In Kansas, it's pretty easy breezy. You meet somebody, you go on a few dates, next thing you know, 6 kids. That's it. Or at a minimum, you just don't have to date as much. So I dated for 10 years in Kansas before I dated 10 years here. Same amount of time, very different experience. In Kansas, I went on 3 first dates total. 3. One became my high school sweetheart, one became my college sweetheart, and the last one was a guy I dated for 5 years, and we were engaged. That's it. So do the math. 3 first dates only led to 3 long-term relationships. In Los Angeles, that is not even close. I tallied it up. I've gone on over 100 first dates. I've casually dated about a dozen guys. And all that led to was one relationship with one guy that lasted 1 year. Super depressing. Super depressing. And the amount of people I had to date to get to that one boyfriend, oh my God. Why, okay? I dated a guy who'd been to 46 Dave Matthews Band concerts and bragged about it. Why? You can't brag about that. The amount of times you can go are twice. Once because you want to go and twice because you got a free ticket. That's it. I dated a guy who stood me up because he lost track of time swinging on those Olympic rings in Muscle Beach. I'm like, that's not an excuse, right? I dated a guy who used to boast because his ex-wife was a Playboy playmate. My point is, none of these guys even exist in Kansas, okay? And the guy who was married to the centerfold would remind me, well, just so you know, she was a size 2 and no cellulite. And I'm like, well, I'm 36 and still eat waffles, so I don't know what to tell you. It's great. That's fine. He broke up with me via text and said, he needed to find himself in Vegas. But then there was the boyfriend, the one boyfriend that you guys, I fell so in love with him, and he was in love with me, and my friend group accepted him, and even my mom liked him, and my mom doesn't like anybody at me, and only on occasion. And this guy was great. We were talking about wedding plans. We were nicknaming our kids until I found out he'd been living with his ex-girlfriend the entire year we were together. Fun fact, do you know what kind of CIA operative skills you need to have to hide that for a year? Now, if you guys want to know how I found out about his double life, interesting story. He goes out one night with his guy friends, gets hammered, comes back to his house, their house, and passes out. She finds his phone, takes his thumb to unlock his phone, then logs into his Facebook account, then does a live stream where she outs him, divulges all their sexual proclivities, and then refers to me as a low-rent Jenny McCarthy. Which, looking back, she nailed it. That's great. Fantastic. It's spot on, okay?